Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Igama lami ngu-Olwethu Nzimela. Guys, today's a short one, eh? Today's a short one. I was reading an article from Stats South Africa, and they actually argued ukuthi the fertility rate in South Africa is actually decreasing. Yeah, so I was reading an article about um, the South African birth rate. So I don't wanna lie, guys. Like at first, I was like, this is something that is not good. I don't know why, but then I was like, Lenanje, it's not a good thing. Understand? But then as I observed it, understand, I was talking with a friend and then to know it's actually a good thing. And the friend argued Uguti it's probably a good thing for the short term and the medium term. But for the long term, it poses a threat in our economy. Understand? So we've allowed Uguti there's a positive outcome to this, and obviously there's a negative outcome to this. These things can either happen probably in the short term or in the medium term. Understand? So on the positive side, the standard of living will increase. You see, so the standard of living in the medium or short term will increase. Understand? So that's a given. Understand? And number two is that there will be a reduced dependency on the government. Understand? So the positive side is that the standard of living will increase, right? The reason behind that is because Stats South Africa shared Uguti in 2024 to 2025, the fertility rate is between 2.7 and 2.8, meaning Uguti women are likely to have 1 or 2 children. Understand? Per woman in average. Understand? So my friend did argue Uguti this might be a good thing. It means Uguti people are actually taking good decisions. Understand? People are taking good decisions. They are being calculative in a sense. Uguti, if I can bring a child here, in this world, understand, we know that, there's this thing, you see, a child is a gift, but is a child really a gift? Sometimes we feel like, a child is probably like a liability and you should set up an asset to secure that child's life, understand, especially when that child is between the ages of an infant to the age of 18, understand? Because we've done a research for Tuguti between the ages of between an infant stage, okay, to the age of 18 years old, right? A parent, if you Lapukaya, can decide to have a kid, it means Wuti, you should make sure Wuti, you have between 1.5 million to 3 million between the infant stage and 18 years. That means this is the money that you're actually investing in your child to make sure that your child will kula kahle, good education, understand, transportation is there, clothes are there, food are there, each and every single thing that the kid or the child would need, so that they can grow and find themselves, understand, and be a good citizen and be an active citizen, understand. So that child will need an investment of 1.5 million to 3 million. So the number speaks for themselves. So I was like, man, I feel like the millennials and the Gen Z are actually wise, actually, like I was really blaming, our generation. I was like, oh man, why aren't we having kids, but then when I looked at the numbers, I was like, this is probably the wisest generation, that we have ever seen, understand, because they are looking at the stats and saying, Wuti, no, I cannot bring supposedly a gift, that will become a liability in life, understand, because I do not have this money at this current moment to invest in that gift, which is a child, understand. So Mina, I argued, guys, Wuti, there are negative, elements into this, understand. And the first one is, there will be a decrease in economic growth. So it may not be now, but then in future, probably in the medium term or long term, there will be a decrease in economic growth. Understand? Meaning, Guti, there will be shortages of employees in different kind of sectors, in different kind of industries. Understand? So it will be a problem. Understand? For the economy. Understand? And then number two is that there will be an age population, meaning, Guti, for the elderly, or maybe I went to Abadala Manje, probably between the ages of 20 or maybe 18 to 35, So what will happen in 20 or 30 years from now, we will have a lot of people who are very much old, understand, who cannot really contribute in the economy the way that they should actually, contribute, because obviously there are certain jobs that those people will be able to do, understand. So these are the negatives of the medium and long term. Yeah, but that I argued, I was like, okay, you know what, guys, I can see, this, understand, it's a very good thing, understand, that people are actually looking at the stats and saying, Wuti, we cannot bring a gift, bring a child, bring a kid in this world because we see that's Wuti Zambajan, understand. But then to close off this video is that just like a guy like me who's teaching e-writing in finance and sharing insight about finance, I don't want to lie, guys, I applaud you guys, I applaud you guys for looking at the stats, understand, because this right here, it's a problem, because you're not only doing it for you, but then you're also doing it for the child as well, understand, you're also doing it for your family, understand. So it's a very good decision, understand, it's a good financial decision, I might say, in my perspective, I might see it like that, understand. If someone can come to me and be like, give me a solution, understand, advise me on this, understand, I will just show them the stats. I'll really just show them the stats, and be like, you see this, probably go to Stats SA and check at the stats, what does it take to take care of Umdana from an infant stage to 18 years old. 1.5 million to 3 million, excluding college, excluding university. Understand? So guys, this is what I wanted to share. pretty interesting. You know, you can go and search it for yourselves. You know, like the thing that I wanted to share, Velo Guti, you know, like in 2008, they say Uguti fertility rate. Okay, no. Like in 2008, guys, it was 2.7. I'm glad that I'm actually, you know, I mentioned this. It was 2.7 to 2.8, and then in 2024 to 2025 to 2025 to 2024 to 2025, it is 2.3 to 2.2. So it is drastically decreasing. You know, I mean, is a 1.9 soon enough. I'm sure by 2030 is it will probably 1.8, maybe to 1.9. You know, maybe in 2030. You know, probably. That's my estimation, right? So yeah, guys, it's not 2.7 or 2.8 in 2025 to 2024. It's 2.3 to 2.2 fertility rate. All right, guys. This is what I wanted to share. Make good financial decisions. This is a good one. You know, young people are looking at the stats and seeing what's okay. You know what? I cannot have a child because the investment doesn't actually make sense. You know, from an infant stage to 18 years old, I should have what? 1.5 million to 3 million, right? Of which that's not a good investment. You should make sure, Guti, you have income generating assets that will work for your family so that you can make sure that your kids are growing in a good environment. Understand? All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Cheers.